welcome to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be doing a bit of a vlog. I'm not sure for how long I'm gonna be vlogging. It might just be one full day, it might be 2 full days, it might be a day and a half, it might be anywhere more or less than that. Again, I'm not sure, but the theme of this vlog is going to be mostly just like very introverted activities. I personally resonate mostly with the ambivert type, which is, if you don't know, basically just a mixture of an extrovert and an introvert. Like, it depends on what kind of situation you're in will like determine how your energy is recharged or released. But after last week's vlog, which if you haven't seen it already, you should definitely go check it out because it was so much fun. I went to a local book convention and had a great time. But after that, even like 4 days now after, I am still so drained energy-wise that I just need to detox, and I think the best way to do that for me this time around is to kind of spend some time with myself, or just not really doing too much energy draining things, if that makes sense. I actually just visited my sister-in-law for a little bit, went to check on her, hung out with my nephew for a bit as well, and now I'm on my way home. But before I go home, I'm actually going to stop by a cafe called Summer Moon, and I'm going to pick up an online order that I placed. I'm not sure yet if I'm actually wanting to sit down in the cafe and like read a book for a little bit, or if I'm going to just pick it up and then go straight home. But I guess that'll depend just on how many like people are inside, or like what all is going on, that kind of thing. But either way, I am going to be picking up a chai latte drink, and they have a new like flavor going on right now that is a peach chai latte. I'm assuming for like the summertime / spring, and I'm really excited to try it. I feel like that will be a really good flavor combo, so that'll be great. And I also ordered a cinnamon roll just because I'm kind of hungry and I want one, so that's the justification for that. But yeah, like I said, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to actually sit down for a bit here or if I'm just going to head out immediately, but I guess we're about to find out because I'm parking right now, and I will update you as soon as I know what I'm doing, I guess. Alright, so I am now back home. If you couldn't tell by the clips that you just saw, I did end up spending some time at the coffee shop. It was really nice. It was my first time being in this location store. I think it was very pretty. Honestly, might be my favorite location that they have. It's like very nicely set up. It's very calm. There's tons of natural lighting, but it doesn't feel like that you're just sitting in a glass bowl. Like, it's a very nice mix between like open concept and like intimate, if you will. The peach chai latte ended up being absolutely amazing. I personally would have liked the peach taste to be a little bit more, not visible. Oh God, more potent. That's not the word I'm looking for, but I'm gonna roll with that for now. But otherwise it was good, and that cinnamon roll was absolutely incredible. Like, genuinely so good. I read about 2 chapters in the book that I'm currently reading, which is Smoke and Scar by Gretchen Powell Fox. I actually met her and got my book signed at the book fair, or not book fair, book con that I was talking about earlier. And I'm really liking it so far. I think it's a really good book. I think it has some absolutely insanely incredible world building, and I'm already obsessed with like all the characters. So very excited to see how that turns out, like where it all goes and stuff like that. Now, if you can't tell by the time on the microwave, it is nearly 12 o'clock, so almost lunchtime. And I'm thinking that I'm just going to go ahead and get started on making my lunch because I want to. And then hopefully by the time that I am done with lunch, I'll actually be hungry for lunch. So it'll be like setting myself up for success. And I'm going to be making a creamy Italian gnocchi. This is a meal from HelloFresh, which is like one of those brands that you can sign up for and then they'll send you like stuff to meal prep basically, or not meal prep, but they'll send you all the ingredients for like a specific recipe and then you can make it instead of having to go out and buy all the ingredients. And this one is actually technically supposed to be served with chicken sausage. However, I do not eat meat, or I do eat meat, but I only eat fish. I'm a pescatarian, so I'm not gonna be doing it with the chicken sausage. I'm just going to be doing regular old pasta, and I am very excited. I think gnocchi might be like one of my favorite pastas because it's so filling, and I love the shape, and I love the taste, and it's just absolutely perfect in my opinion. While I am the kind of person that can't really focus on like doing something and talking to my camera, I did want to talk a little bit with you while I get everything prepped for this meal. So like I said earlier, I am doing this vlog as like an introvert vlog, day in my life type deal, because I am very drained even still from that book con from last week. However, that's not the only reason I'm doing it. I'm kind of been in need of a detox for a while now. I don't think that I have been by any means like overextending myself when it comes to spending time with others. I quite frankly think I'm probably underextending myself. Like I could probably get out there more, socialize more, and it would be pretty good for me. However, I just don't want to, and I'm not trying to pressure myself in any kind of way to do stuff that I just wouldn't want to do. So I might not have been overextending myself in the social sense, but I feel like I have been kind of overextending myself recently in the sense of just like working. And it's a constant struggle for me because I feel like I am both working far too much and far too little, which is a weird feeling, right? Because both of those can't be true. I mean, I guess both of them can be true, but it feels really strange for both of them to be true. So it's just something I'm struggling with right now, and I'm hoping that kind of giving myself the weekend, or not the weekend, it is not even remotely close to the weekend as I'm filming this, but giving myself a couple of days to just do whatever I want and not have to worry about like other people needing me, whether it be my work or like that kind of thing. I'm hoping that that can help out at least a little bit. I have also just come to the realization recently that when it comes to the introvert extrovert scale, while I do think I am somewhere in the middle, I don't necessarily fall heavy on one side. I do think that I lean more towards introvert just because I spend a lot of time alone. I really only have a couple of friends, one or two that I see like super frequently. And I'm really content with that, honestly. And while I do enjoy hanging out with people that I love, I am definitely the kind of person that just enjoys being alone. And being alone doesn't always necessarily mean for me like being holed up in my room and not talking to people and like not having any human interaction, but it just means to like spend time with myself instead of putting energy and effort into talking to other people, which makes me sound like such a loser when I say it out loud like that, but that's just how I feel. So I guess there's that. And like I said, it doesn't necessarily just mean being like alone. For example, I was at a cafe earlier and there were other people in there. There were people that were talking, there were other people that were working, there were the actual like employees there. So I don't need to be like alone in the sense that I need an entire room to myself, but just in the sense of like not having to speak, I guess, like just allowing myself to be alone with my thoughts, which admittedly can be a little scary sometimes. So in those types of moments where being in my head and alone is scary, then that's when I would want to be surrounded by people who can help me remember and remind me that I'm not alone when it comes to certain things, and that they will always be in my corner, even if we're not seeing each other or speaking to each other every single day. And that's what I really love about my friends that I do have now, is that I don't see them every day. And sometimes when I'm in like a more extroverted mood, I probably could spend days on end with them, like spend 72 straight hours with them, and at the end of it be like, let's do another 12, like that kind of thing. But we all like have our own lives going on. We all have things. And while that means that we're busy and not always seeing each other, that doesn't inherently mean that we're like not friends anymore. It just means that we have stuff going on and we're all mature enough and understanding enough to get that that is not a reflection of our friendship necessarily, but more a reflection of like how well our friendship is founded, if that's the correct way to phrase it, which I don't think it is, but that's beside the point. I have basically got everything ready here. I think I actually only need to open one of these for now, but that means that I am going to be starting cooking pretty soon. So I don't know what I'm gonna do while I eat, like if I'm going to read or if I'm gonna watch some TV or if I'm gonna do none of those things. But I think I'll give you an update when I am done with all this, because again, I cannot multitask like that. So I'll see you in just a little bit, hopefully. All right, so I have officially finished making my meal, and this is what the final product looks like. I think that looks absolutely incredible. Personally, I haven't tried it yet because I actually got a call from my mom and we chatted for quite a bit. So this is now cooled off and I'm tempted to reheat it in the microwave, but I'm also just so hungry that I'm past the point of wanting to wait any longer. So here's to hoping that it tastes absolutely amazing, and I'm sure it will. Oh my God. That is so good. Are you kidding me? That is so good. Absolutely delicious. Very excited to eat all of that and then maybe some more. I've decided that I don't think I am going to be reading while I eat, just because I feel like that can get kind of messy and I don't really love the idea of getting like red sauce on my book. Or anything, actually. I actually already got red sauce on my jeans, so I had to change into a pair of leggings. So I'm not gonna risk that getting on anything else. I have been meaning to rewatch the most recent season of Bridgerton, season 4, because, and I don't know if this is a hot take or if people are gonna kind of attack me in the comments, but I think season 4 might be my favorite season of Bridgerton so far. Next season honestly might top it for me depending on how it plays out, but as of right now, I just love Benedict and Sophie so much. I love their storyline. I love how it all played out. I think they are just literally perfect and that I have no notes. So I kind of want to rewatch a cinematic masterpiece right now, or at least start that rewatch. So I'm probably gonna do that for a little bit, at least until I finish eating lunch. And then I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do next. I will probably end up doing some more reading, but other than that, I'm not sure. So I guess we'll kind of find out what I'm doing with the rest of my day together. All right, it is now a lot later, admittedly, and I ended up watching 2 episodes of Bridgerton, which is basically 2 hours, and then I scrolled on my phone for a bit. I honestly think I might have fallen asleep at one point, but I'm back now, and I am a little irritated at myself, admittedly, for just not doing anything, basically, for like 4 hours straight. I'm actually more than a little irritated, but I'm trying to be really chill about it. Like I said earlier, I don't actually really have like plans or things that need to happen necessarily today. So I'm kind of thinking that I want to do some self-care in the form of like pampering myself. So I'm thinking that I am going to take a nice long shower and then maybe do some face care and that type of thing. I will probably end up having the same thing that I had for lunch for dinner tonight. And based on the way that this vlog went for today, I think I'm gonna also vlog tomorrow, which I actually do have plans with a friend tomorrow. So it's a little extroverted, but not really, because I see this friend all the time. It's my friend Rachel, who was also in the last video. I know I keep referencing it, but again, it's just on the top of my mind because it was such a good time. But like I was talking about earlier, there are like specific friends that just like recharge me in such a specific way, and Rachel is absolutely one of them. So we won't be doing anything too crazy. I think we're planning on doing some thrifting, maybe just some shopping in general, and then we are going to watch a movie. And other than that, I don't have any more plans for tomorrow. And I am fully intending on doing more reading today as well, because I have gotten to a point in the book I'm reading where the plot is very quickly progressing, and I am very interested to see where exactly it's going, because there are so many plot lines, I feel, that I am so excited to follow and see if/how they interconnect, and I just don't want to wait any longer. So I am going to go take a shower, and then I will probably come back as soon as I am ready to do some skincare. All right, I'm out of the shower. It was very nice. I was listening to Noah Kahan's latest album, The Great Divide, while I was doing it, and it was great. Cried a little, because how can you not when listening to that album? Hello. But now I am in my pajamas. I'm probably just gonna be staying in for the night, and now I am going to do some very simple skincare and then maybe something a little fun. So I actually always do the first step of my skincare routine while I'm in the shower, just because it's easiest for me that way, and it is just the Neutrogena Ultra Gentle Cream to Foam Cleanser. Nothing crazy. Honestly, my facial routine is not even remotely insane. Like, it's only 3 steps, and that's the first one. So now moving on to step 2. Also Neutrogena, a toner that is alcohol-free and fragrance-free. Nothing crazy. I use a cotton round to put it on, just because that works best for me. I don't know if that's like the correct way to do it, or if that's just how my mom taught me to do it, or if this is a completely insane concept, but I just put it on my face like so. Sorry, I don't know where that accent came from. And then the final step is, again, shocking, Neutrogena, and it is a Hydro Boost moisturizer with sunscreen. And I know you might be thinking, Katelyn, why in the world would you care to put on something that has sunscreen when it's the end of the day and you just said you're not gonna go back outside at all? And to that I say, sunscreen is good for you all the time. So it's not like a matter of whether or not I'm going to be out and about or like possibly get sunburnt. It's just a matter of like actually having sunscreen on. And that is literally it. That is my full like skincare routine. But I also have some little eye patches that have been just sitting underneath my sink for a while now. And since I wanted to do something a little fun as well as like doing just my basic routine, I think I am going to use them. These feel super dried out. That's really uncomfortable actually. I am not using these. I think I have one more pair from a different brand, so I'm gonna try those out. Okay, these immediately feel like not dry compared to the last packet, so high hopes. Oh my god, yeah. Instantly better. These are differently shaped though, so that's a little bit strange. Yeah, these are like not even remotely the same shape as the other ones, so let's see what this ends up looking like. Okay. That is so funny, actually. Okay, the packet says to leave them on for 15 minutes and then to take them off, wash off the residue, and I think I want to start reading again now. So let's go dive back into my book and see how much more I can. All right, so I am now about to head to bed and I have read quite a bit more in this book. I am really enjoying it thus far. I think according to Fable, I am about 36% into this book right now. And I feel like we're finally getting a little more depth and backstory on some of the characters, which I am really enjoying. And genuinely, I know it's still like super early in this book for me to be saying this, but like I am having the best time reading this. And maybe it's because I have met the author in person, heard her talk about her books, and like see the passion behind it. But like, I'm loving this book so bad, and I'm not even halfway through. And I'm already thinking about the next two books in this trilogy that aren't even out yet. That's how much I'm loving this book, okay? Anyway, I think I am done reading for the night, so I am going to go ahead and go to bed. But tomorrow morning, I will probably be vlogging at least a little bit. I don't know how much vlogging I'll do while I am out with Rachel, while we're shopping and that kind of thing. It'll kind of just depend on the mood or how we're feeling. I absolutely love thrifting with Rachel because like she is on the same wavelength as me when it comes to thrifting. Like not only do we know what we're looking for, but we also know what we're looking for like for each other. So we've like found things for each other before. She actually thrifted me a shirt and then gave it to me for my birthday, and I have never felt more seen in my life than in that moment. So I am very excited to get to do that. I think I already said this, but in case I didn't, I'm like 98% sure that we're going to watch a movie afterwards, and I already know what it is. But we might end up changing it, so I'm not gonna say it yet. But if it is what I'm thinking it's gonna be, then I'm very excited because I've seen this movie multiple times and Rachel has not at all. And I'm very excited to see her reaction to this movie. Oh, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Like I said, that's all for tonight, so I will see you tomorrow morning. So it is now the next day and I have like a bit more time before I head out to thrift with Rachel. So I think I'm gonna do a bit more reading because I am still thinking about where I left off in the book last night, and I'm very excited to see what happens. I think I'm at a really good spot right now. I might eat something while we're out, might stop at like a cafe and get like a muffin or something, or like some caffeine to hold me over. Yeah, I am very excited for today's thrifting experience. I think it's gonna be pretty good. We have a bit of a plan going on, kind of. We know a couple of thrift stores that we really want to go to, but otherwise I'm pretty sure the next time we'll be talking is when I am back home, either right before we watch our movie or right after. All right, so it is now several hours later and I am back home. We ended up watching our movie already. And the movie that we ended up watching was none other than Sinners. And yes, I have it on DVD because I love this movie that much and it's that serious to me. So yeah, it was actually Rachel's first time seeing this movie and she loved it, which I figured she would because it's amazing. We did kind of cover our eyes just at certain gory parts. Nothing crazy, like we still knew the context of like what was happening in the plot. Sometimes it can be a lot. Like it's been a while since I have rewatched this movie and I did kind of forget how much like gore there is, especially in the last like 30 minutes. Like it's really quite a lot, but it was still absolutely incredible. And before that, we did end up going thrifting and I did find some stuff. I did not find a lot of stuff, which honestly for me is fine. I feel like my closet is kind of full right now and I've been getting a lot more clothes just in general. So I probably need to purge some stuff and get rid of some clothes before I buy any more. But I did end up finding some books. So the first one was the 12th book in the Dork Diaries series. And listen, I know that I'm 22 years old. I'm aware of that and that this is made for like preteens, but like I loved this series so much when I was growing up, and I want nothing more than to collect the whole series and read through all of them. And then I also found 3 books in one series that I have been wanting to start collecting for a while now, and it is none other than the Gossip Girl series. I don't remember which ones specifically these are. I know that they're not like 1, 2, and 3, but I have All I Want Is Everything, I Like It Like That, and You're the One That I Want. Also, in between thrifting and coming home to watch a movie, me and Rachel stopped at this really nice, very vibey cafe called The Lucky Tree, and I got a coffee cake muffin and a chai latte. Both of them so incredibly good. From what I remember, I think all of their food that they serve is gluten-free, which is really cool. And the chai latte wasn't necessarily like what I think of when I think of a chai latte, but it was so incredibly good that I honestly have no complaints. If anything, I kind of wish that more chai lattes tasted like that one. I know that when I actually go to edit this video later on, I will be completely fine and there will be plenty of content that feels at least a little bit cohesive, but sometimes I really struggle with these types of like daily vlogs or weekend vlogs because I just feel like sometimes my life isn't interesting enough to vlog in this way. And is that partially my fault? Because like I've been saying throughout this entire video, I am very introverted and prefer to spend time alone and know what I like, so I'm not necessarily going out and trying new things all the time. Yes, that is entirely my fault. But at the same time, I don't want to try to be someone that I'm not by going out and doing things that I am like 98% sure, maybe 95% sure, that I'm not gonna actually enjoy, if that makes sense. And I'm honestly really tempted to continue vlogging for the rest of the night or to find something interesting or fun to do, but I really just don't want to. Like, I kind of just want to wrap up this vlog here. And a part of me really wants to continue with this vlog for the rest of the night to give it a little extra something, like do something fun that will make this vlog more watchable. But I, again, don't want to force myself to do things that I'm not wanting to do because then I will be drained energy-wise and will not want to do videos like these in the future. So I think that I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video right here. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!